49, take 49. How's it go? Anyway, today, hi, you guys, my name is Kathy Jo. How are you doing? And thank you for clicking on my video. Today, I am part of a friendly little competition with my best friend Brenda from Rustic Lace DIYs and Robin from Crafts Unleashed. These dogs are killing me. And they had some conversation, I don't know, wasn't there, about snowmen versus gingerbread men. He's pushing me farther and farther back. And anyway, so I'm getting tickled. And then Brenda ended up inviting 2 people, and Robin ended up inviting two people, and now we got a competition going on. And y'all need to go vote. Go to Rustic and Lace DIYs. It's Brenda, Rustic and Lace DIYs. Go to her channel. That information will be in the description box. And y'all vote for which one you like best, gingerbread men or snowmen. And you know what? I would redo this, but I've done it 12 times, and I just can't do it anymore. Let's get on with the video.
Welcome to the Team Snowman versus Team Gingerbread collaboration. This event is hosted by Brenda of Rustic and Lace DIY and Robin of Crafts Unleashed by Robin. Brenda chose 2 crafters to help represent the gingerbread team. She chose Kathyjodiys of Kathyjodiys DIY and myself, Jackie of Crafting in Mimi's World. Robin also chose 2 crafters to help her represent the snowman team. She chose Janice of Craftastic DIYs and Amanda of 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. And there will be a playlist with all the mentioned crafters' videos. So when you're done watching my video, please head on over to my description box and the playlist link will be there. I'll also pin it in my comments for your convenience. After you're done watching the playlist, you can head on over to Brenda's channel community tab. There you will find the poll and there you can vote. And that's it. Super fun. Enjoy.
Okay, you guys, right here, I got one of those little oval rounds from the Dollar Tree and a piece of, it was a 2x8 that I made the, Holland Cow frames with. And I'm just going to take some glue. I didn't see what kind. I'm so sorry. Oh, it was wood glue. A little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to glue it together. And I'm going to take some wood glue and wrap it around the base of it just to get in those cracks and crevices, just to make it a little bit more sturdy. And then I'm going to take these, square dowel rods that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to paint them all in Ivory by Waverly. And I'm going to Mr. Miyagi this stand, wax on, wax off, with Antique Wax by Waverly. And just so happened, look, I found that paint stir stick. I used it for something, and the front was painted white, and the back was stained in Antique Wax. I'm like, dude, you cannot beat that. But I'm going to cut a 3-inch piece and a 1.5-inch piece on my miter box. And I'm going to take wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to set it towards the very back, but flush with my little thing there. You see? Yeah. And then I'm going to measure up 12 inches, and I'm going to glue that 3-inch piece, and I marked it across the back of my, that thing. Yeah, y'all will see. I'm telling you. This thing is gorgeous. I love it, and I don't even know. I can't even deal with it. But anyway, I don't know why I showed you, but there it is. And I'm going to take wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue these at the angle there you see. And I'm going to do it one on each side. And we're going to do one in the very front. Now, the bottom ones, I didn't put any glue on until I was finished putting on my pieces. And then I put hot glue down at the bottom of them so they don't move on the bottom of my thing there. And then I put extra glue up behind the pieces to make sure they stay. And then I'm going to take this muslin fabric. Now, I was going to fold it and double it over, but the first piece I cut was too small. So I just took a bigger piece and just placed them together because I basically wanted it in the front anyway. And I hot glued the top part together there. And then I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to hot glue it all the way down to the very end. Well, okay. Then I'm going to flip it inside out. And then we're going to take and put it, excuse me, I was thinking, oh my goodness, that'd be perfect for a Christmas tree. So I'm going to do that if someone else don't do it before me. But anyway, I'm just going to hot glue my fabric to the very top of that 1.5 by 8. It's really a 2 by 8. And because I want my piece of my paint stir stick to stick out. I know, right? This is crazy. But I'm going to make a like a ruffle that around that neck. Yeah, that's right, that neck. And anyway, gonna hot glue all that together. I don't know what in the world made me come up with this. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, God, he's what gives me these ideas. But I got that wood piece from the Dollar General. You get two of them in a pack. They're called coasters, and for like $1.50, you guys, when you can find them. And I'm gonna make two little eyes here. I'm making a rustic gingerbread angel. Oh my gosh, he is too cute. I love him. Anyway, and I'm making a little nose and a mouth like a teardrop. Y'all see that? Because the last time I painted a face, y'all said I didn't show you what I did and I went too fast. So here we go. And then I'm just going to take a Sharpie after I draw my face out and I know what I want. And I'm going to go around it. And I'm going to show you me doing it 2 times in case you didn't see it the first time. But anyway, I'm a dork. And then I'm going to take and make, see, little loops right there. Now, look, it doesn't have to be perfect because look at mine. Mine's a mess. And I did that with a Sharpie, y'all. Because we're going to end up painting over. And you can't, I'm so sorry. I can't get away from these dogs. I'm babysitting 3 of my grandpuppies. And, oh, my goodness, I am so sorry. Anyway, but any mistake you make, you can actually paint over. No big deal. Seriously. And I'm going to take that ink by, not ink, it's rich black by folk art, gee whiz. And I'm going to go ahead and go around everything. I know you're like, you did that 3 times. But, and then when I'm finished, the last thing I do is go around everything again. I don't know why. I just like it. I like for that black to go around and to pop. But I'm going to go ahead and paint his pupils here. In that black. I'm sorry. Yeah. And oh, y'all didn't want to see all that. But I just didn't want y'all to say, you know. Oh, and I take my marker and I painted his little irises. Ain't that what they're called? Brown. But I go over that with truffle. And I drew a little tongue out there. But I didn't like how dark that was. So I took coral pink by folk art and went ahead and painted it again. And yeah, and then I'm just going to take white and do the white of his eyes. I don't know what that part's called. For all I know, that could be the iris. But I think the colored part is the iris. But I don't know. But see how I messed that up? That's all right. I'm just going to take my, that truffle and I paint over it. Yeah. But I put 2 little dots there in his eyes. One in each eye. And then like a little cross. And then I'm going to take that coral pink again by folk art and do little cheeks. Oh my goodness. And the nose. But, oh, and then I'm going to make some eyelashes with some black paint. Look, that's easy too. I got that long skinny brush that came from Walmart in a pack of like 9 brushes. And they had the best fine tip paintbrushes in there. I forgot to tell. Yeah, I was asking about paintbrushes and I forgot about those. But I baby those things. But anyway, and I did the coral pink, and then I mixed some white and coral pink together, and I'm just highlighting the little nose there. That's it. I mean, honestly, guys. And then I went ahead and painted the inside the mouth with that pink and white mixed together. I like that better, the tongue. And then I'm just outlining it all with that black again, and there we go. Look, oh my goodness. And see, mine's crooked and stuff, too. I take wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue the little head on. Oh, no. I can't even. And then I got those 2 wood slices. Brenda sent those to me, of course, my best good friend. And I'm going to pull the handle up the hanger and pop those staples out there. And then I'm going to sand them down because, you know, they're rough. And I'm going to paint the outside in burnt umber because I'm going to try to make it match that other one that I painted his face on because it's a bit darker than those were. So, and then it didn't. So I just ran some, like, brushed it over his hair. It was originally going to be a girl, but then I kept looking at it and it looked like hair to me. So I just made it a boy. And then I'm going to paint those wings with the wings. Yeah, that's what they're going to be, with hazelnut. And I'm going to take and cut out a piece of my robe here. And I'm going to cut a square. And then I'm going to hem that, or fold that under and hem it down. And then with hot glue. And then I'm just going to hot glue it to the, to the, I'm so sorry, the, that there, just, and then the other ones I tuck under, and I hot glue them up underneath it, because we got to get his wings on, and I didn't want to glue it to the fabric because I just didn't know what would happen. But I'm marking there, like, where I need to make sure not to put the paint. But I end up going over that with puffy paint because I just couldn't make it, yeah. And then here I mark it to know where to glue it. And I'm going to take that tight bond, quick and thick, multi-purpose glue that Brenda's always raving about, and some hot glue, and I'm going to glue my wings on. You all, oh my goodness. Oh goodness, I just can't. My husband was so nice. He made the best compliment he ever has. He said, that looks like something that should be in a store. I was like, oh. Anyway, so that was 15.5 by 5. I know the 5's out of frame, but I remember. And I'm going to hot glue that together, because you guys know I'm extra. I did not stop there. Y'all don't even know. And then I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to cut off the end there where the opening is, because I want it to be straight. And then I slide my scissors up in there, and I cut it. And I'm going to take some wire jute, and I measure it at 12. It happened to be a foot. I cut it off, and I was like, well, that was perfect. But here I'm just hot gluing in so it doesn't unravel. And I'm going to make it as straight as I can, and I'm going to cut another piece. But I do put hot glue in two different parts, like a top and a bottom, and leave the middle unglued so I can cut it so it doesn't unravel on me. But anyway, now it's dry. I'm going to shove it up in my sleeve. And then I'm going to take these two, I'm going to take this. I love tartan plaid. Y'all know this has been with me a minute. And Brenda sent that to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, that is a nice fabric. I ain't even playing. It is so nice. And it came from Dollar Tree. But I'm going to hold it up there. I'm sorry, I got excited over that. And see how much I need. And then I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut like an angle here. Y'all will see. Yeah, like triangle. And then I'm making sure that's good. And then I'm going to fold it right back where it was. And I'm going to cut it again in the center, see? And then I'm going to take these pieces. I thought I was originally going to use... that's cut at 4. You know what I did? I counted 4 blocks. So, like 1, 2, 3, 4. The red and the colored each itself was a block. I did that same thing for that little thingy. I know what it is that you put around his head, neck, chest, whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to hot glue that on the bottom of the sleeves. And then I'm going to take this burlap trim that I got from... I don't know. I have no idea. Oh. It's either Amazon or Temu, you guys. I have no clue. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. And I'm going to put it around that little, and around his sleeves there, see? And then I'm going to take this little tiny gingerbread button I got at Hobby Lobby last year. And I'm going to hot glue it to the middle of his little... I'm just going to start calling it a vest, you guys. See, V is for vest. Anyway, and then I'm going to take these two... I don't know what those are. Drawer pulls or feet to something. But I got them at a flea market a while back. And, yeah. So I'm just going to take hot glue, and I'm going to put it down in the hole. And I'm going to take my jute, and I'm going to twist it down in there. Yeah. And then I like to twist wire jute really, really tight and run hot glue up it, because I get tired of it unfraying, you know what I mean? And I just let it dry, and I go all the way up it. And that's just a little hack for you guys, or a little piece of advice. And then I'm going to take and paint the little hands in the hazelnut and run them up in there. And then I'm going to, put glue up in the sleeve, and then put my hand in there and push it down and glue it. And then, I glue that shut, like I bunch it up and glue it shut. And I take these wee little teeny tiny rubber bands, and I go around the top of it, because I really want to make sure it stays, because it's just holding on to that wire jute, you know. And then, oh my goodness, I do that to both of them, of course. And then we're going to take and put them up over, behind his neck, see? just like that. Oh my gosh, you guys. And I'm going to just twist it a little bit because I'm not finished yet. So I don't want to twist it up all the way. And I'm going to put his little vest on him. And I had to put the arms on first to make sure, where I was going to glue it. And, where it was going to lay and fit. And I tuck it down behind his little shoulder. And then I go ahead and, tack that thing down. But then here we're making his halo out of that wire jute. And ignore my honey in the background. But I'm going to stick it behind those arms. See, down behind there. And that's going to help stabilize that halo and make sure it, stays on. And I'm going to, I don't know, show you again and again and again. No, I'm hot gluing it here. Goodness gravy. But where that paint stir stick piece was, I bend it up over and I hot glue it all the way up. It's going to help all that stuff stay together better. And then I'm going to take and wrap that jute around itself. And I'm leaving two little, in it. Because I'm going to do the halo like that, see. I know, right? And then, I don't know what this is. Yes, I do. I was out of frame, had him standing up, but I hot glued that. I twisted that up his arms, and I hot glued it down in between his wings. That's what that was. Well, it's right there. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, and then I'm going to take some puff paint and put it around his face and put it around his little wings. And then I'm going to take some little teeny tiny peppermints and gingerbread men. Those came from Amazon. And candy canes, and I'm going to put them on there. I don't know why. And I've got that piece of, I don't know, must have come from cardstock or something. It says fa la 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 la. I was going to make him a songbook, but I was running out of time. And here he is, you guys. Oh my goodness. He is so, I love him. Yep, I do. Look at him. Oh no. I can't even believe it. I don't know. Sometimes I amaze myself. No, it's not me. It's the good Lord above. That's where these ideas have to come from because I couldn't come up with them at all. But look at his, oh no. How could you not vote for Team Gingerbread after seeing him? Come on now. Okay, y'all. I got this sign from the Dollar Tree like last year, year before last. And I'm just going to tear everything off of it. And I do take those little staples out of the back. But I was just going to scrape that glitter off. But I end up just taking the paper off because, yeah. And I'm going to take Mod Podge and I'm going to cover it and completely cover it. And get the edges real good. And I'll take that paper that came from a scrapbook that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think year before last now, y'all. And I'm just going to place it down there. And I'm just going to rub it in real good to make sure I get all the bubbles or wrinkles or anything that it would have out of it. Which I don't have any problems when I do scrapbooking paper with any wrinkles or bubbles or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Well, I am crazy. But I'm going to cut off that excess there with that utility knife. I use that thing more than I use my Cricut knife or finger knife or X-Acto knife, whatever. Because there's knives everywhere. But then I'm going to sand that down really, really well. And no matter what I do, that tongue oil still will bleed through. Especially if I paint it white. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm in the stairwell. Yeah, anytime I paint it white, it bleeds through. So I have to do a couple coats a lot of times. So, I'm going to take those little sticks that I was telling you about that I got, the square dowel rods that I got from Amazon. They should be they are in my Amazon store, I believe. And I'm just going to cut them down. Originally, I was going to do it on the outside, but that just wasn't making good contact. And I wasn't going to take and put something on the back to hold it on there. So I just put it on top of it, on top of the frame. And I take that Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue. And I, glue them on there. And that one didn't even need hot glue. I did use that Type Bond and hot glue. But those two that went between those, they didn't even need it. So I just used the Type Bond and let it set. Y'all, please be still. I'm so sorry, y'all. Yeah, I can't go anywhere without them. So, and then, oh no, oh my goodness, you guys, look at these. I thought they were wall decals, and the thing said wall decals, but when I got them, they're window clings. But look how big they are, and they're so, oh no. And I think I got them. I don't want to lie. They're in my Amazon store, but for $4.99 or $6.99, they weren't very much at all. And you get all of those. But oh no, I've got to use this penguin. Oh, I love him. Oh no. Anyway, sorry. And I'm just gonna fussy cut all around him. Now y'all don't have to do this, but I like to do it. What are you doing? Dog is licking my shoe. I don't even know what I'm saying. They made me lose. This is when I found out it wasn't a wall decal, and I started picking off that plastic around it. But that's okay. Y'all, stop it. I'm so sorry. I can't apologize enough. Anyway, when you fussy cut, sometimes you got little pieces like that bogan. You don't want to pull it off, so just be careful. Look how cute that thing is. Oh, no. So, I'm going to take Mod Podge. And, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, y'all don't need to see all this. Goodness. Anyway, Mod Podge. And I just flip it over. I know, believe it or not, that's the other side. Look how vibrant that is. And I'm going to cover it completely with Mod Podge. I have it laying on a piece of, what's that, wax paper I paint on and stuff. I ain't done it in a while. And I found a roll when I cleaned my room. I was like, I'm going to use that up. Anyway, and I just place it down there. Oh, goodness gracious. And then I go ahead and, oh, he was crooked, but at least you can pull it up, right? And I put down more Mod Podge, and I, yep, seal him in there. Oh, no. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't even. And how can you not pick King Gingerbread when that's a gingerbread penguin? I mean, come on. And I measure here where I'm going to put him at in the frame. And I'm going to take that type Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue and some hot, I'm going to think about it in a minute apparently, and some hot glue, and I'm going to put him there where I marked. Guys, they've got a rope. 4 of them tug of war it, but 5 of them's here. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. It's the little one that's the loudest always. But I'm going to take a sawtooth hanger, and I'm going to, oh my goodness. Yeah, screwed on there. And then I got this ribbon off of an ornament or something. It was real small, but it was all wrinkled, and I couldn't work with it. So I just threw some wax paper on the tip of my hot glue gun and just rubbed it over, and it like straightens it out so I can actually go ahead and make a bow with it. So I just made a little shoelace bow, see? And then I just, with the pomade, hot glued it to his little bogan there. And oh my goodness, I know it's, y'all call them beanies, we call them toboggan. It's really Santa hat, but I know toboggan is a sled. It's just all confusing to everybody. But look how cute he is. Oh no. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. I don't know what that was. Okay, y'all, right here, surely that one wasn't from you, and that surprised me. That was one I had. But I'm going to take my knife there, and I like to run it down the inside of it to cut that paper loose, because that way it just pops out easier, and I like to clean everything up with my knife. So when I glue it back together, there's nothing like interfering with it, you know? And sand it down the best I can, especially like where the back is going to lay against the house. And then I'm going to take Mod Podge again, and I'm going to cover it completely and make sure, no, what was I going to say? That was for something else. Oh, well, okay. And that book I got from Joann's last year. I got a gift card for my birthday, and it was $7.99 with 50% off. So I was like, this is too cute. So I got it. They had a bigger one, but, you know, that's sufficient. And I love the backside of it, that plaid. I love plaid, you guys. Anyway, and I just cut the excess off, and then I went around with my finger center to make sure it was all off there, but it was good. And then I'm going to take that Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to glue it together. And I let it set about 10 minutes while I went and shoved a burrito in my face yesterday. And now it's dry. So I'm going to take that Rick Rack, patty whack, every time. That came from Amazon, and I'm going to hot glue it around my frame. Now, I couldn't make that turn right there, so it just wasn't looking right. So I cut it off, and the rest of it went fine. I didn't have any problems, but trying to make that, what, is that 90-degree angle? Is that what it's called? I don't even know. Don't ask me. I couldn't make that turn. How's that? I'm sorry, y'all needed a drink. So, and I put that Rick Rack where that, where you glue that sign, that part, you know, back onto the back of your house. And I also did it in the front. Yeah, all the way around it. And then I got that Merry Christmas. Y'all, last year we had a challenge, and Jackie from Crafting and Mimi's World sent me a pack of those, and or was it year before last? I don't know, but she sent me, we did this thing, you send people Easter stuff, and you had to make Christmas stuff out of it. She sent me those. Yeah, I don't even remember what I did with it. But anyway, I'm going to paint it white, and I'm going to take that little, gingerbread man I got from Dollar Tree last year. Now, normally you can pop those little pieces off the front of it really well. He had a little banner going across the front of him. I got that all fine, but that did not want to come off. But, you know, I'm getting it off because it did not work with what I wanted to do. So, yeah. Pried it up both there and even sanded what I couldn't get because I was going to paint him anyway. So I painted him in that hazelnut by Waverly. I painted the entire thing, even his little hair, because it wasn't worth fussing with. So, and then while that's drying, I'm going to take the back part of that piece I put in that house, that plaid part, and I'm going to put Aleene's tacky glue on it, and I do brush that in because I don't want anything squishing up on them holes, you know. And I lay it down there on my paper, and then I'll cut that out with my knife. And then, oh well, I'm still cutting that out with my knife. Oh, now I'm going to take white paint and paint his little hair. It's easy to do because it's stuck up there, you know. And I'm going to put little, yeah, around his little arms and his little feet. Y'all, I don't even like gingerbread. I think it tastes awful. Sorry, but I think the stuff is cute. Just like bees. I'm so allergic to bees, it's crazy. I have to go to the hospital. But the decor is cute. Anyway, and I paint his little eyes black. And then I take that baker's twine and I make a little shoelace bow. And then I'm going to hot glue that right under his neck. Or not under his neck. Under his chin. On his neck. On the front of him somewhere. And then I'm going to take these. Oh, you guys. Sometimes I can't even stand to touch these either. It just. Blah. So I'm going to glue them. See, red and white. Just all over the top of my house. It's supposed to look like candy. And then I'm going to take and hot glue 2 little peppermints to the front of him. I got those from Amazon, y'all. I don't think they're in my Amazon store because by the time I got my store up and running, which was 2 weeks ago, I had to stuff up. This is Harvey. This is Harvey, guys. This isn't Jess. This is my, you're about to kill Gary, my big boy. He is 110 pounds. He is a Great Dane boxer mix. There's Jesse behind us. See? Oh, yeah, he's big boy and Mama's boy. I'm Mama. Tell him. Say Mama boy. Say Mama boy. Harv. Say Mama's boy. Tell him. Oh, my goodness. Yep, he thinks he's a lap dog, you guys. Say Mama's boy. Yeah, he's just standing. And this is, this is Jair. He is a, oh, they just tipped over my toes. Y'all, they're making a mess. He is a pit bull. That tail's beating that thing to death. He is a pit bull golden retriever. Harv, you knocked him down. Oh, my gosh. They are up there fussing and fighting now. Look at him. He's huge. He's my baby, though. I love him. But anyway, 3 years ago, I got those little erasers, peppermint erasers from Dollar Tree. It was snowmen, erasers, and snowflakes. And they didn't have them. I didn't have them since then. But I kind of poked a hole in the top of my little tree there that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to hot glue it in my house. But I ended up taking it off and hot gluing it to the front of it because it just didn't look right. But you know where I made my frame there, those square dowel rods, what was left over, I just hot glued them to the back of his little legs. Yeah, so he can stand up in his house beside his Christmas tree because he's going to start decorating it. Anyway, and I hot glue him down in there. And then I take my Merry Christmas sign and I glue it there to the front of my box. And here it is, y'all. And I think that's, you know why, this stuff is so cute. It is. But when I think about winter, I just cringe because I don't like cold weather. Yeah, I know. Don't like cold. Don't like hot. What was that? Okay, y'all. I got that piece off that one of those cutting boards from the Dollar Tree. I actually was going to do this last year, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to do it now. And I'm going to take that little candle holder from the Dollar Tree. It's painted in hazelnut, y'all. And I'm going to trace out 2 eyes. Now, I keep the shape of these eyes, but I change the mouth. But y'all will see later. But I'm just showing you an easy way to do it. But y'all, this is funny. I think it's funny. I hope y'all like these because I absolutely love them. But, yeah, I don't even go that route. But the route I go is easier. And again, I'm just going to trace it out with a Sharpie. Well, tracing it before I just drew it. Yeah. But if y'all want to practice doing this, I would practice on a piece of, like, cardstock or something like that. And I'm telling you, you can do it. If I can do it, y'all can do it. I'm telling you. Anyway, so I got to erase everything that's on there. You know, get rid of all the pencil marks and stuff. But if y'all don't feel comfortable painting, just use paint markers or Sharpies. My goodness, those Sharpies do some stuff. And I'm showing y'all here with paint markers. And mine, listen, they're art skills. They came from Sam's. I got them for like $13 or something like that 2 years ago. They're still going strong. And I haven't seen them at Sam's anymore, but I did find them for one of y'all. I can't even remember because my brain's so foggy. At Walmart, and I think they're $15.98, which isn't bad because you get a pack of 18 or 16. Yeah, and like I said, mine's lasted forever. And I did all that just to show y'all. And then I totally go and paint over the entire thing. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So see, real simple. Y'all can do something like that. And yeah. And then, you know, till you get your groove. I don't know why I'm still doing it. But I'm doing it, ain't I? Oh, here I start painting it. But I'm not going to show y'all. So don't worry. Don't be like, oh no, she's painting one of these again. But anyway, there's when I'm done. And see, I changed the eyes completely. And I just make some squiggle, 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 squiggle. See? And I start with my utility knife, and that just wasn't jobbing. I had no control over it. But I took my little finger knife here, and look, I just start cutting that. And I love it. It went so smooth, I couldn't believe it. I don't use that thing enough, but it's laying over there in that tray, and I don't hardly remember it, but... yeah, and then I took my big old honking scissors and I cut most of the excess off. So that way I could just cut those pieces right out of there. Look at that. And it's supposed to look like someone took a bite out of it. I think someone took a bite out of me and took my brains whenever they went. But y'all, this looks so cute. And then I sand down, of course, which I didn't need to do much sanding. I was really surprised. Yeah. So anyway. And then, of course, erase all those squiggles I did. Look at that. But, again, like I said, I change his mouth. So, I take puff paint and I just make, yeah, that around his face, which that's all he is a face, right? And then there's a couple places I drug and I just wanted to fix it. Okay, and I got that charger from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to staple cottage white all over. I give it 2 coats. And it's real thick, and it actually looks like icing, but y'all can't tell. And then I'm going to take these little candies that I got from Amazon. And I'm out of frame here, but I do 3, 6, 9, 12. And I was talking to May from Kathyjodiys on the phone. And I was like, what should I do? Because I was going to paint it, blah, blah. And she's like, do you have any to do? And yeah, anyway, so there. And then she said that looked cute, so I think it looks cute. Anyway, I know, right? So I'm going to take, I started gluing the back, but Aileen's tacky glue and hot glue, and I cut one of those giant craft sticks from the Walmart in half and cut the ends off of it, and I'm going to hot glue it to the back. I wasn't going to at first, but I just wanted to be safe because he lays right in there, and he lays right up against that groove. You know? So, anyway, I just took hot glue and put him on there. And I think he's going to be fine. And then, he's so cute. Oh, and I took these letters. These came from Amazon too, you guys. They're 1 inch. And I just flipped around some masking tape. I'm going to put them on there. And I got that number 9. I'm just going to cut the end off of it and make an apostrophe. I know, right? And I paint them in hazelnut. And, yep. And then I'm going to take Aileen's tacky glue and glue it to my side. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. And see, where I changed it. Oh, isn't that so cute? I love it. He's on that plate, and he's like, oh, no, this is not good. Nope, I'm getting eaten. Excuse me, you guys. I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I hope y'all like everything. And here's everything. Listen, you guys, I would appreciate if you would give me a big thumbs up. If you would subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 30,000 before my birthday on September the 5th. If you're new here, I'd appreciate you subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost a thing. And that would help me tremendously. And that'd be a wonderful birthday present because I'm turning 50. It'd be nice if I could hit 50,000 by my 50th birthday, but we know that's not going to happen. Anyway, yes, I appreciate y'all so very much, and I love y'all. And don't forget to go vote at Rustic and Lace DIYs in her community tab. I'll have all that information down in the description box. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed week. I don't know if I'll have a video Sunday, but I am working on compilation videos, so maybe I can get that done. And I think we're going to go ahead and do a live next week, you guys. So I got to figure out a day when I'm available and get that done. And here's some little funny for you coming right up. I love you. Bye. Mwah. Okay, you guys, today, I'm really excited because it's a Snowman versus Gingerbread thing, and, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs, you know, my very best friend, and, what are we, competition. Oh, now I'm recording. Hey, y'all. Today I'm excited because I'm part of a little competition, friendly competition. I'm sorry, a big old giant dog is pushing me backwards. My friend Brenda, my best friend Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs, and Robin from Crafts Unleashed decided they're going to have a little competition, a Snowman versus Gingerbread Man challenge. And they ended up, I'm sorry, the dogs tickle me. They ended up, Robin invited 2 friends, and Brenda invited 2 friends, and you'll see who they are in a little bit, and I happen to be one of them. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But y'all need to go vote. Go to Brenda's community page and vote. And be honest, you know, if you like the Snowman or Gingerbread Man better. But Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs, the information will be in my description box. Yeah, y'all go vote and let us know what you like best. And, you know, DIYs, because, you know, I'm so sorry. Let's get on with the video. Hey, you guys, how are you today? I have done this intro like 87 times. But anyway, today I am part of a little friendly competition between my best friend Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs and Robin from Crafts Unleashed. They had a little talk or something, I don't know, I wasn't there, about Snowman versus Gingerbread Man. So anyway, and then they were going to do a little thing against, you know, and see which blah, blah. But they were, I give up.